Hello everyone, and welcome to unexpected changes to my schedule due to unforeseen circumstances. Like I said in my video last week, I had plans, but I can't really predict the future, and thus my original video for this week has been kind of pushed to the side. I originally was going to show you all the new studio space that I had built and that I was moving into, but then I hurt my back. Oh! And then I proceeded to get sick. Ow! Suffice it to say, it was a rather amusing yet unfortunate series of events. So, in lieu of a moving in video for my new studio, this week I decided to pull out my old mini painting supplies. I have pulled out a few minis that I have painted in the past and that I would maybe want to paint this week. And we're just gonna throw open an old hobby and see how I'm doing. Now, like I said, I have painted minis in the past. I painted this little guy and this little guy who has fallen off of his perch. I have painted this Dratini Mini a long time ago. I'd say roughly maybe 2 years ago at this point. And you know, I realized back then that painting minis is rather hard and small scale, and I decided to put the hobby to the side. But I am currently still recovering from my back injury, so in lieu of moving lots of heavy stuff, I'm going to sit at this table with a lot of very small, lightweight stuff, and I've decided to paint this Magikarp Mini. This mini is designed by an artist called Becker 3D. I will link her shop in the description below if you want to purchase it and 3D print it yourself. This isn't sponsored, by the way, I just happen to like her work. So technically, because it is 3D printed, I could print another one should I make a mistake. However, right now, all my 3D printers are currently inoperable due to needing maintenance. So we have one shot at this, and I haven't painted a mini in about 3 years. So that being said, without further ado, why don't I go ahead and put on the royalty-free background music, and let's paint a mini. Well, we'll have to prime it first, but then we'll paint a mini. I will say, the one thing I've never quite got about mini painting is exactly how much primer you're supposed to put on the model. So I always do thin coats, just because that way it's like, if I feel like a thin coat is better than a thick coat because you don't want to do too much of it. But again, I'm not 100% sure. If you're watching this and like you're trying to like learn how to mini paint, I don't know what I'm doing other than painting a little tiny figurine of a Magikarp. So I'm not at all a resource for that. However, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I missed a little bit there. I believe we are pretty good in terms of primer. So I'm gonna let this sit and dry, except I just painted the base of like the bottom of it, so I gotta actually just hold it like that. So I'm gonna let that dry, and then I'm going to go pull out Magikarp colors, and we're gonna go from there. Hopefully this will look somewhat like a fish. I mean, it looks like a fish. It's just hopefully it looks like the fish that we're going for. I did debate for quite a while if I wanted to paint this normal or shiny colors, and I ended up deciding on normal just because as much as shiny Magikarp is like, you know, gold carp, I feel like, ooh, I missed a little spot. I feel like it's actually more interesting in its normal orange color scheme. So that is what I'm going to do. Also because I love koi fish. I felt like the normal koi fish color scheme would look really good on Magikarp. Okay, primer is done. I'm just gonna leave the upside down like that. I'm gonna wash this brush off real quickly and get everything else set up. Alright, I think that's going to be all the colors that I need. Not 100% sure, but I've got a picture pulled up, but I guess I can always just pull more colors out as I need them. That's not a picture, that's a notification system. Anyhow, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start painting this, so prepare for, I guess, another set of really aesthetic close-up shots of me trying desperately to paint a tiny little fish. Not sure what's going to come out of this. It's going to be something that may or may not hide in a drawer or sit on a shelf. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, let's just enjoy the painting process. Enjoy the process, that's what we do. You know, painting this very tiny thing has reminded me why I don't often paint minis. It's very, very small. I'm having trouble with like all the details and like I know there's like a point where you just have to reach it and you're saying like, okay, we're getting close to done. And like, I think I'm getting there just from the sake of I'm not really sure what more to do on this, but we persist. Gonna clean my brushes all off for a second, take a break, come back to this in like 5-10 minutes, because this is this is starting to test my patience. It's a very small fish. Very small fish. Alright, I think with the last little bits of this gold dry brushing that I am ready to call this one done. Because, well, so I know I could probably sit here for like another 2-3 hours and make it better, but I also think that I'm kind of like reaching that limit of like where my skill meets what I've done, and I think that at this point I should stick with what I have because I actually don't hate this. So yeah, we painted a Mini. I don't have a turntable or anything fancy to show this off with, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some really nice close-up shots and we'll end the video there. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully in a couple of weeks when I have my next video out, we will be back to the regularly scheduled programming. Then again, that being said, at this point, regularly scheduled programming is just whatever comes out, so, you know. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.